We went to India 1951. We only had 3 Indian preachers, and our work was confined to what would be 3 counties here in the USA. I grew up on the farm, and at age 6 I was already milking cows and taking care of the farm chores. And in high school I had determined that I was going to be a vocational agriculture teacher. That's what I had targeted at the time. The Lord came into my life and called me into ministry. I'm so glad that He did, and we've seen such wonderful opportunities to preach the gospel and bring people to Christ.
India has been my life. My mom and dad, Marvin and Alma Parrish, sailed for India in 1926. We came out of India because the American government asked us to leave. They couldn't protect us. And God started dealing with me to go back. And finally I yielded to Him, and then Hobert and I were married, and we went. And India's been such a part of all my life that I cannot imagine where I would be if it hadn't been that I was in India. Hobert and I have always felt that Jesus was not in a bungalow by Himself. He was always among the people, and we wanted our home to always be open to anybody that would like to come. And it's always been a joy to have them in our home. They come at mealtime, we just pull up a chair and they eat with us. And just that free and easy, wonderful relationship. We'll always be Americans, but wearing their clothing, eating their food, speaking their language has drawn them so much closer to us.
And one of the biggest obstacles that I had was learning the language. The one language that we use most in the country is the Hindi language, which is the national language. And I started studying that, but I found it very, very difficult. It's so difficult to get your tongue in the right place to say the right thing, and I've made some bad mistakes.
I can verify that. When he was learning the language, he decided one Sunday that he wanted to preach. And I said, Hobert, you don't know enough Hindi to preach. He said, well, I'm going to try. So he read his scripture very nicely, and he said what he could say. In about 10 minutes, he was finished. He had been very sick and lost a lot of weight. And so he wanted to say, with this thought, I'm finishing my message. But it came out this way. With this thought, I'm going to die. I'm going to be finished. And I thought, well, he's telling me I'm going to be a widow. But he was just using the wrong verb.
When I learned the language well enough that I really felt free and felt like I could even think in the language, I think that was one of the biggest obstacles I had to overcome, because to be able to communicate and to really preach the gospel properly, I needed to have the language in a really good way.
He does have a wonderful command of Hindi now, and I'm so grateful to the Lord. I was sitting at the dining room table and thinking, we've left home, we've left family, and we're just not seeing the results that we would like to see. And this tribal man came in. He was on staff, and he said, the government has been saying that they're going to put the missionaries out of India. Then they'll start on us and ask us why we accepted Christ. And he said, when they come, and those police put the handcuffs on me and take me to the police station, and I sit behind that big desk, and that man asked me, why did you accept this foreign religion? And he said, when I was back in the jungle in my village, I carried a big load of sin on my shoulder, and I didn't know how to get rid of it. I was drinking, I was beating my wife, and I was stealing the government trees, cutting them down and selling the wood to feed my family. And these missionaries came and told me about Jesus, that He would take that load. When I believed that He would, and that He died for me and would wash my heart with His precious blood, then that load left. I don't drink now, and I don't beat my wife, and I don't know why you have me here, because I'm really your friend. I don't cut down your trees. And but you do with me whatever you want to, but I can't leave Jesus. I was so encouraged by that man's witness to me, and it was wonderful what the Lord had done in his life. We are so indebted to our 3 girls, Evelyn, Patricia, and Linda. They have been very supportive because they love the Lord, they understand our calling, and they have contributed so much to the work in India. They didn't choose to be in India. They didn't choose to be 900 miles away from us, all from kindergarten up through high school. And also they didn't choose to be here in college without a home, without family, us back in India. And so we honor our girls for what they have done for us and what they've done for the Lord. And it's been wonderful to have them. And they are very, very dear to us, and I'm sure to the Lord.
I'd like to express deep gratitude to the World Missions Department of our Pentecostal Holiness Church and the many hundreds and thousands of people across our church that have been supportive not only of us personally, but for the whole work in India. And our people have been so supportive, and we're deeply grateful for that, because without their support, sending us, keeping us there, we would never have been able to do anything. So a deep, deep gratitude is in our hearts for all that our people have done. And we'd like to express that, not only to the Department of Foreign Missions and our church, but to the many individuals in our local churches. God bless you.